Aloha, my beautiful friends. I am filming in Mt.Shasta, California, and I am here to document that the same type of chemclouds that are sprayed into the sky with highly exotic Star Wars, Weather Wars weaponry is happening here in Mt.Shasta. This is why those movies that are coming out, that are the big famous movies about what's going on supposedly in the geoengineering world, they do more damage because they're basically making you look for the blatant craft and the blatant plane, and meanwhile these chemclouds are closing in around us and not being documented. These movies are not telling you what's really going on. They throw in bits of truth, and then they throw in a bunch of disinfo, and then you mix it together and you got one big confusing state of mind. And then everybody thinks they're all awoken and awakened about chemclouds, when these movies are not telling you what's going on. Do you see right now this blue hole in the sky? Do you see these chemclouds down below? Take a look at this. You cannot deny yourself, if you're half awake about chemclouds, that right here is another chemcloud, just like we have in Hawaii. All of this, just like Hawaii. These highly exotic Star Wars weaponry, Weather Wars weaponry, they've been cloaked with optical armor, which is applying these panels that basically bend the light. It's a science of light, and they're able to bring the background into the foreground. And it's a science that's been around since the 40s, probably if not longer than that. I wouldn't doubt back in the Atlantean days. But basically, they've been experimenting with cloaking since the 40s. The Yehudi was the first attempted invisible craft in the 40s. You can only imagine what they can do. Remember, Tesla said he could make it rain from the sky and split the earth in two with this death ray gizmo, the HAARP, in 1912. So can you imagine what they can do now? I mean, look at these chemclouds. This is a mackerel chemcloud, NASA would call this. This is textbook cottage cheese chemcloud texture. And you can just check this out. This is the same stuff they're doing in Hawaii. Again, there's a little hole of blue, or this, you can see through these trees. I mean, it's just absolutely despicable. And that's why everybody in Mt.Shasta, they don't know how bad it is, because they're watching movies that are saying, hey, it's blowing in from high altitude winds, and keep your eye out on the jet. Listen, folks, that's dinosaur age information. Okay, GMO is just one of the things that are affiliated with these chemclouds. Number one is biological warfare and mind control. They're breaking down our immune system, they're deadening our sensors, they're blocking activity to our pineal gland, where we access our light. I can't begin to tell you. Then they're used for, Star Wars weaponry. All of these manifested, all these earthquakes that are just happening one after the other. All that is clicking a few buttons on a motherboard computer database, focusing in with some space-based weaponry and lasers, turn on the gyrotrons underground, and you've got tectonic warfare anywhere in the world. You can create a tornado, you can create a tsunami, you can create a drought, you can push away a storm. Say, with Katrina, even say if it was natural, the government had every ability to guide that storm away. And not only did they create it, they allowed it to happen. And when you wake up and realize that all these disasters that are happening in the world are all planned, you start to awaken. But until you wake up about the chemclouds, this is basically the doorway, the portal to awakening, because this is something you can visually see, because the government hides all their evil behind the curtain. But when you can wake up about the chemclouds, you go, oh my God, what else are they hiding? That's when the big eye-opener happens, when you see the chemclouds, because they're not telling us about them. Yet they're devouring our skies, and NASA's in on it, telling us all these clouds are real when they know they're artificial. People behind Wikipedia, they let you think it's the people's choice voting. That's all rigged and filled with chemclouds. They are teaching a chemcloud agenda in the name of geoengineering in every school, telling these kids that it's helping to cool the planet from global warming. Kids today have no idea what real clouds are anymore. It's an absolute tragedy. Look what's going on in Mt.Shasta. Wake the hell up. Birds are falling from the sky dead in the thousands. Fish are dying in the thousands. Whales are being